Hey guys, so I told y'all I just decided I was gonna be my own cable network recently, like this morning, and so we started with the Moringa Morning Show, where I show you guys the growth of different things that I'm growing in the house, and this is the second um, area of programming. So we got a new show called the G Squared Show. Okay, G Squared, two G's, um, which I feel like are going to be the difference makers, are currently the difference makers already, but for people who don't know, are going to be the difference makers in life moving forward after this. And what's cool is both of these G's, one of them I call vitamin G. First vitamin G comes from you. The other one, I feel like you get opportunities to grab it and you can choose not to. Okay, so the first one we're gonna talk about it, both of these G's are like major factors for me, everyday life, hands down. No matter what the situation is, like I need both of these at all times, right? And these two things are what I'm striving for at all times, right? And so if there's a situation, like people will be like, Sherry, why you not scared? Why you not worked up? Why you not stressed? Why you not panicked? Why you don't like one? I don't even get into like those emotions most of the time. One is not really my personality because of my two G's that I'm talking to y'all about because it's just not. And I feel like one of the G's, you kind of come out of that being your natural practice response. I won't even say your natural motor response because most things we learn to do, right? So G number one is gratefulness, man. I feel like vitamin G, okay, vitamin G for me stands for gratefulness. And you produce that. Like in every part of your life, you can choose to be grateful, like no matter what the situation. Like right now we're dealing with COVID-19. 2020 has been like, like 2020 in general has been a roller coaster, but there's still been so much to be grateful for. Like every single person, I don't care who you are, I don't care where you live, okay, there is something to be grateful for. Like literally, no matter what your mental situation, no matter what your physical situation, no matter what your financial situation, you have things to be grateful for. Does that mean bad things don't happen? No, that's silly. Does that mean that things aren't going to be difficult? No, that's goofy. But what gratefulness does, at least for me, and most of the people that me and the folks in my grateful circle, kind of sit around and chit chat about, is the fact that the more grateful you are, you tend to look at things a lot less self-serving. So like if I'm thinking about how grateful I am for, somebody calling and blessing me, or for getting the opportunity to do something I didn't think I was going to be able to do, or even something basic, the ability to be able to walk or decide to work out or decide to spend time or have an experience homeschooling my kids. So this wasn't a real like, oh my God, this just knocked me on my back. I don't know what to do. Being grateful for being tech savvy enough to figure that out, or having people that I can just pick up the phone and be like, hey, I can't get this to work. What am I supposed to do? And then they can explain that. Just being grateful for all kinds of things. For me, on a daily basis, if you can sit there and just think of things that you're grateful for, I guarantee you depression doesn't get a chance to set in. Discouragement doesn't get a chance to set in. Defeatism doesn't get a chance to set in. Panic doesn't get a chance to set in when you are focused on what you're grateful for. Every time I look at my kids, like, is it stressful having kids at home? I mean, especially I made them, like, they act just like me. So, not really. It's just like, oh, yeah, well, that's me. That's me all day anyway. But at the same time, anytime that feels like it's getting stressful just because we don't have our normal routine, or we don't have our situation that we would normally like to be in, our normal comforts, our normal go-tos, the way we do things, our patterns, we don't have those. So sometimes that gets stressful. What do? I'm grateful. Like every time my son is bouncing off, hey, stop running. Hey, cut that out. Hey, sit down. Boy, why you so loud? I'm extraordinarily grateful for the fact that he has air in his lungs that allow him to just yell loud as get out, even when I don't want him to. I'm extremely grateful that he has strength in his legs and he's able to run back and forth in this house, because I guarantee you the same stuff I'm fussing about, there are parents who wished their kids could do those same things. And so I have to remember all the time to be grateful for a lot of the things that I could complain about. Okay, complaining for me, I feel like drains vitamin G. Okay, complaining drains vitamin G. Being self-centered, I believe, drains vitamin G. I feel like a lot of the worst emotions that we lose battles with in our country, in our day and time, in Western civilization, I don't care how you frame it, is because we become super self-centered. It's all about me. Did you see what they did to me? Did you see what they said to me? Did you see how they responded to me? Why would somebody do that to me? Oh, me. Are you serious right now? Like, it's way too freaking much to be grateful for. Like, I'm not sitting around all the time. Like, people could be like, oh, Sherry, did you see how they did you? No, I didn't, because I was too focused on what I'm grateful for. I was too focused on, did you see how they didn't give you that opportunity? Oh, I wasn't paying attention to that, because I was paying attention to the 5 other opportunities I actually do have. Now, could I sit around and put my focus on something negative? Yeah, and therein lies the problem. Like, when we sit there and we focus on something negative, we end up getting brought down, feeling low, energy gets tapped. I'm telling you, you want excitement, you want joy, you want to feel good every day, be grateful. Like, literally be grateful. And it's work. I'm not going to tell you it's not work, because to shift from a society that's always focused on the negative, that's always focused on what you didn't have, look how they did, they cheated, they lied, somebody did. Listen, that's on them. Like, literally, people will be like, oh, what if somebody lied to you? That's on them. Like, if you want to miss all this blessing, that's on you. Like, I'm not about to feel bad for that. I'm going to be like, good enough. You showed me what you was about. Listen, it's 7 billion other people on this planet. One liar is not going to have me ungrateful. Like, that don't even make sense. One thief ain't going to have me ungrateful. One angry person with a negative attitude ain't about to have me ungrateful. It's not time. Like, I literally have too much gratefulness in me. It literally just bubbles over, and I practice it. I used to, if y'all go back on my timeline some years, I used to do every day. I get up in the morning, top 10 things I'm grateful for. And it could be simple. It ain't even got to be no major stuff. It could be simple. I was grateful for the dope employees at the U.S. Postal Service when I used to sell on eBay. I was grateful for the dude that held the door when I was at Kroger. I was grateful for people remembering me and sending me a Christmas card that I hadn't even seen all year, but they thought about me and wanted to send something. I was grateful for the people who called and checked in on me because they heard I wasn't feeling good. Like, it's simple to be grateful, but sometimes we forget. And if you are one of those people who are prone to forgetting, I said I'm gonna keep my episode short, but if you're prone to forgetting, there's a couple things you could do. I'm mic'd up right now. You can record on your phone. They got voice memos. You can make a video on YouTube. Start recording the stuff you're grateful for. And if on a day you feel like I can't even bring nothing up out of my mouth to be grateful for, play the recording back. Keep track of the log it. We can log every time somebody lied. Y'all got a calendar. Because he was cheating on this day and she was up. Listen, put that stuff you grateful for right down on there too. That failure you focused on, no, focus on all them successes. Where you putting them down at? Where you rehearsing those at? Because those are the things that keep us out of despair. But we focus so much on the negative, and I'm not about that. I'm putting vitamin G on everything. Like, I'm increasing my vitamin G on a daily, okay? And you can too. So if nothing else, record you some stuff you're grateful for. I don't care if you write it. I don't care if you put it in a note on your iPhone. I don't care if you do a record. You can go live. Tag me on it. I'd love to see it because I love being around grateful people. Like, if there was a pet peeve that I had, it would probably be ungratefulness. Like, me and ungrateful people don't even really get along like that. Like, we usually repel. Like, okay, okay, vitamin G is, I'm overflowing with it. I have an abundance, and you can't overdose on it. You can't overdose on gratefulness. You can't have a toxic buildup of ungratefulness in your life. And when it's there, people love it. People are drawn to grateful people. People are drawn to people who appreciate. Like, gratefulness is real. Get you some, okay? Get you a whole lot of it. If you got family members you can still pick up and call, you better be grateful. If you got family members that you could pick up and call who won't even answer your call because they still mad about that stuff you did, go ahead and be grateful because they still in the land of the living and it's still time to fix it. If you don't have anybody who is living, be grateful for the relationship you had with them when they were alive. When I lost my father at 31, listen, it was not good. I was my father's only child. I was the only person who lost my daddy that day. And I remember being in the depths of sadness, but realizing that I had had 31 years with that man who loved me like nobody's business, adored me, always saw the best in me. And part of the human I was, the foundation of who I became, was based on my relationship with him and how much he loved me. So I really didn't have anything to be ungrateful for. Was I sad? Yes. But I had to be grateful. Was I missing him? Absolutely. But always grateful for the family that I have that I'm connected to because of him. Always grateful because of the fond memories that I have. Always grateful because of just the amount of favor that I've had in my life because of people who knew my father. Like, just gratefulness. So I'm trying to keep these episodes less than 10 minutes. Vitamin G equals gratefulness. What's the second G, Sherry? It's growth. We're going to talk about it tomorrow.